all that huffing and puffing. I know I probably said it before, but it's so true. Even people, you would think that, like would actually will not have some sense in conversation or reasonability, but it's in a physicality. And maybe they could have those like 50 of them like they threatened. But all that talk, this and the other thing, and it's about miracles. So my father, he's doing the same thing. He still does, but a lot of times just tries to get me aggravated. And and it was years ago. And the first thing he got me really got aggravated at night. And it was some term. It's a Polish term like athletics. I was talking about soccer, or football, and I was like, what's athletic? And he's like, no, because they're not running. It's not, I'm talking about athleticism. And I wasn't even talking to him. He just grabs certain words. They call it strawman argument, for lack of better wording. Like he deviates from the conversation. He focuses on something that's irrelevant. Actually, he deceives the conversation to not focus on the conversation at hand. And that was the night before. I woke up in the morning, and he got me so aggravated. And it was like, I didn't want to argue with him, but I knew what he was doing right off the bat. Right? He just tried to get me angry. And it worked. And I went to the psych for the first time. Before that, he threatened me with, you go to prison. You're going to spend your life in prison. He's like, you're in prison. He smiled like that, sitting down. I'm like, what in the fuck? And all that, they try to stand up. I don't know if he was anxious, he was scared or something. He had to take a deep breath. I told him to sit down. It's not about his size. It's just, people that really do threaten you with things like that, and they can't resolve any other issue. It's like that's the only thing they have on you, and especially for me, like I didn't do anything to deserve that. Then it's not just even irony. But for years, it's almost a quarter of a century, people was putting fear in my mind of incarceration. And I knew I was gonna probably, it was paranoia that I was going through. Actually, I was paranoid, not just paranoid, just fear based. I wasn't paranoid like that. I let the fear get to me at times. I was mentally suppressed. I wasn't living the best life that I could have. I really wasn't. I could go on and on. I could go on and on. The people maybe in the past have probably, they knew me like as, maybe like a kind person, but like, not someone that was avidly open, wouldn't record YouTube videos, or actually wouldn't try to freestyle rhyme or write anything and recite, or even off the top of my mind, for like a free poetry, accept poetry out loud. I never really got to that level. That's just a small part of it. Let alone, trying to maybe go for a run, but I'm still gonna have a coffee. It's the people that are actually, they're menacing in a certain way, but the ones I met, it's like, and I said, it's like you had a quarter of a century, and that's the best you could do. And by the way, a lot of times people did try to do some, they did, things to me with my mind. I had psychiatric breakdowns like almost half a dozen times, So it was a lot of fear based. But I'm not really scared like that. If someone's gonna set me up for something I didn't do, they probably know the police, the judge. Who knows what else? The people that have a very big bias against me. There's a lot of people that I'm not even talking about like the panel of jury. It depends, right? Someone's gonna set me up. What can I do? Especially if it's like my father or mother, and they're like I'm pretty sure everyone in my relatives is gonna join in. And there's a lot of people that actually respect them. Either they work with them, or they know each other, or not just they're negligent, but they'll just be right around those people. I just a small example. Who knows who else? So I'm not really scared, or like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm not really talking, by the way. Not that I'm not, but. What can what am I live in fear? Also, it's like, I'm fearing the people that just like fucking out of fear. Like, am I gonna really, if my one thing is, and I shouldn't talk about incarceration, just say I go in there. It's a whole different world. It really is. I was contained in a psychiatric unit, multiple, but one in particular, and yeah, there's aggressive behavior. I got in a confrontation a lot of times. And it gets to the point where, like, you're in a room with somebody, and you're thinking, like, should I just fucking swing at him? Because he's fucking being aggressive. Now, there's no knife. This guy, He didn't take a plastic, a fork. He didn't chafe it or something. I didn't. At least I didn't get that inclination. I never saw him do that. Saying that kind of, not saying I had it for that purpose, but I had it for like utensils to create something. But then it's like even without that, I wouldn't even think about that. That's like something you think about. But then it's like if he gets so close, I have to fucking swing at him. Also, I mean, I could elbow him, and that's a big guy, and it's dark in there. I mean, things could, he could really light me up, if you will. So it runs through your mind. It runs through your mind. I mean, imagine right now, right here, I'm here, I'm making a coffee. I don't have the sense of violence, that sense of insecurity, that sense of like I don't have these walls and like protection, That's you share a room with somebody. That's how you live in quarters. You got to get along. A lot of times you don't have privacy as well. Any place. Unless everybody's asleep, that's like your quarter, your hallway is your own, your own domain, if you will. So, that's kind of boring. Life, if you continue life, life changes in there. And I mean, if it's cycle, you eventually come out. It's not like you and that you have like months or years. It's a totally different perspective as well. So I'm not, pointing that to anything, but to threaten somebody with that. Even the large extreme, or reality, I mean, well, now, I don't want to say he's basically evil. He would he would torture a cat. It's like a sadistic individual, a coward, a weakling. And yeah, he has a lot of bark. There's a lot of people like that, You threaten, you do all that barking, and in reality, it's like, you don't really have to do that. We just go for a nice little stroll there, puppy, alright, Pooch? You're an older guy, too. So that's really, where I'm in with that. And, yeah, it's like 25 years. People could have did me so much worse. Actually, here I am, gotta go to Long Island today for it's an unload. At least I think it's not it's an unload. A little part-time gig, and I got a whole watermelon here in the kitchen. I haven't touched it. It's been like 2 weeks. It's been in the fridge. It's a small one, but it's like let me see. I don't have. I never really have it. Here it is. It is a Ninja nonetheless. It's part of it. It joins together. Here are the blades. I like this. It's like you control your hand. I have a cup, actual cup. You can do it in anything, and you just under a minute. It's a nice slushy, watermelon juice, whatever, watermelon, pomegranate, orange, fresh oranges. Just juice. You can even put a lemon or even grapefruit in it. You're your own. You're your own master chef. You're your own. You have the creative stronghold, if you will. So you could design it any way to you like, and then just say you make it. It doesn't taste like too much orange juice. Well, you put a different kind of orange, or you mix it up. You get you make your own recipes. You have control. And it's cost effective. But right now it's like I'm still, I don't know if it's the addictive side, but it's the caffeine addictive side. So I gotta have my coffee, which I thought to myself, I gotta stop with the coffee. Maybe it's a French press, by the way. I don't have the top. I think it's in the sink. It's a mess. Oh, I shouldn't have too soon. Too distracted myself until I sit there for a minute. Yeah, I got really excited or something. So it's like I feel I need a stimulant. Yeah, it's been close to 2 weeks though. No alcohol, no drink. So and the cravings I get is from communicating with people telepathically. I think maybe they either drink or they smoke something, or they just they do whatever, and they get intoxicated or something, and it lasts and lasts, but it's like I feel it's like it's not really real craving. I'm just like kind of thinking about it, and it's not really like me thinking about it, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me, you know. It's like how should I put it? It's like I don't know, like just say not having you pipe tobacco sometimes, you know, and you feel it, but just like a second or two will go away, but. Probably not the same thing. This cravings I have for alcohol is really weak, and they don't feel like cravings. I think it's somebody else's feeling, you know, somebody else's mindset towards it, and so it's not too bad, you know. I haven't been. Oh, there goes Thunderfoots, Thunderfeet, as I like to call her mother over there. She will use projection, and she'll say, "I work hard. I work hard, maybe. I work hard, and you know." I'm like an elephant, which is another thing, you know. It's like, why would you compare a human elephant? You know, we talked about it, so that's their nature. She's very disrespectful, very demeaning, and really, that's really her. She dumps, you know. She has like no control. She's not that bright, intelligent. This basement's brighter than her. Like, you know, turn the lights on. I don't know. I proved that point, but yeah. But, let me show you how stupid she is. There. And stupid me for having a light back to there. Not making my point fully. Story of my life.